Ben was frustrated in a whole different way. Just the mental part, the health part, the injury part, just the work ethic part.
It must be tough to coach somebody that you don't know if they love basketball. You got to love basketball. And I wondered if Ben loved basketball or he was just good at basketball.
I agree with that. Playoff always exposes guys who really love it. The pressure of the playoffs and the intensity of the games, if you don't absolutely love it, it will eat you up. And this is the coach part that probably does us all in, Dan, like every coach. If the if word, if he loved it, or if I could get him to play this way. Like he is a freak of nature, athletically, body wise, vision wise. But the rest of the part wasn't there.
Fifth, got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, they ain't listening, shoot his ear off, I had the Will Smith and still wiggling with that deuce spot, nigga, that Ben Simmons.
What's up, guys? It's Max back at it once again. I go by MSM the Man. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow the journey of me becoming the best man that I can. If you watched the last video of the Ben Simmons series, you know I asked a couple of my coaches what advice they would give to themselves when they were 25 because I just turned 25 in March. I thought I would start this video off with it because my retention's only about 5 minutes long, so stick around for at least 5 minutes, please. The first coach, one of the first coaches I ever had when I was in 8th grade and really started taking basketball seriously, he's kind of an older guy, so I thought he'd have some wisdom to share, but he said, start practicing young and shoot like Mad Max.
Long three, no, yes! Goes back over to Reitman for three. Bank is open.
Shoot his ear off, I had the Will Smith and still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
And of course, that made me feel good, but I was hoping for something with a little more substance. I did get that from my club coach, the first coach that ever really believed in me and instilled confidence in me and saw all the hard work I put in behind the scenes and was just like, hey, go out, do your thing, show the world what you got. And what he said really hit home for the point I'm at in my life right now. He wrote, that is a good question. I thought about it a lot, and this is what I came up with. When I was 25, I was a train wreck inside, but on the outside, I looked like I had it all together. I was on track to become the state's custodian or 6 feet under. Dear 25-year-old self, remember that self-love is not selfish. It's essential. Take time for self-care, define your values, and align your actions with your purpose. Embrace your uniqueness, believe in yourself, and always prioritize your well-being while pursuing your dreams. You have so much more life to live.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, they ain't listening, shoot his ear off, I had the Will Smith and still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
Words from a coach can really make or break an athlete, much like words from a parent can make or break a child. When you're a kid, you have your big ears, your listening ears on all the time. Everybody and their mother is telling you advice. Blah, 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 blah. It just gets to a point where it's too much. And as you get older, you grow into yourself, you grow into your ego. You learn to filter out what certain people say, because I wish people in power and people who are teaching other people things had the best intentions, but that's not always the case. A lot of coaches coached because they couldn't play. And if somebody's commenting on all the stuff they see, they're no better than an online troll. They've never been in that situation. They could never do what they're asking you to do at any time in their life. So why would you ever take that advice? As for the clip that started this video, Doc Rivers did play in the NBA. He's an NBA player, but he was never the man like Ben Simmons was the man. There was a lot of pressure on Ben Simmons to perform at a high level the second he stepped onto an NBA floor. Doc Rivers, there's a difference there. It's like, why would you take relationship advice from your friend who's never had a girlfriend? That makes no sense. Why would I take advice on how to shoot a basketball from somebody who can't hit the broadside of a barn? But when you're a kid, you think every adult around you has everything put together, because they always talk to you like they have everything put together. But in some ways, that's just a front to help feed their ego and make them think they're doing the right thing. Doc Rivers, the coach of Ben Simmons in that clip, has had many other jobs, and other than coaching the Celtics, he never really did much as a coach. Even now, he's in Milwaukee, who has been to the NBA Finals, and they're struggling. And now they have Damian Lillard, one of the best shooters in NBA history. For anything to work in life, the person at the top has to lead by example. And if you're a coach, a manager, a mentor, and you're not leading by example, why would anybody underneath you listen to you? And for me, I'm a very self-motivated, proactive person, so if I see somebody above me telling me what to do, and they're not doing it, I'm just thinking they're trying to hold me back so I don't get to the level I'm supposed to get to, truthfully. A lot of people in life want you to do good, but just not better than them. Anyway, I'm off of my soapbox. Guys, look at this. I went on a date with a girl, and she got me flowers. Smells like love. To catch you guys up on some things, both of the high school teams I coached in the last season lost in the playoffs. My freshmen fought really hard the first game, but the other team was just shooting lights out crazy.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
And it's double elimination, so we got another game. And I was like, no way we lose 2 in a row. The next game, we shot like 20%. I think we ended up losing only by a couple points. It was an abysmal shooting night.
On God, it cost us courtside, I'm getting 10 tickets. We throw that thing in sport and slide, that ass bitch is skipping. The last nigga missing, we sagged with extensions. The bag full of Benjamins, we passed and we split it. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
And then my 10th and 11th grade, they ended up losing their first game in the playoffs in overtime. Ref called a technical in overtime, said my player said something to him, but the ref couldn't even tell me what my player said. I was really confused, and it just didn't feel fair to the kids. And then I had a scheduling conflict for our next game, and all these guys on my team have missed a practice for the most part. If you haven't missed a practice and you're watching these videos, shout out to you. A lot of the guys missed practice. So I was like, to teach them a lesson, I called up my boy Coach Kaysen, and I said, Coach Kaysen, can you coach them? And he tried, he did. But they ended up losing again.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
And that was just kind of me teaching them a lesson like, hey, you're not going to show up to practice. I might not show up to a game. What are you going to bring when I don't show up to the game? And obviously, they brought baby food. We have a new season starting today. 2 games. I got my 3rd graders and my 7th and 8th graders. So, 3, 2, 1.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
In that first game you guys saw, it was a real close one. There was a kid, he had a chance to win the game at the free throw line and he missed. He was really, really sad. He was crying after the game. That's just one of those teachable moments. He was on my team last season and we were really, really good. He wasn't like the star player, but now he's kind of the man and he's seeing how to work the game as being the man, and That's great to see, you know? I coached both my games against Coach Case in the day. Picture of him now. Coach Cason's quickly becoming one of my favorite faces to see. It's really fun coaching against him because we both have the same kind of energy. We both kind of see the game the same. Second game of the day, I'll play the highlights now.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
And miraculously, we pulled it out and got a win. Are you proud of me? You proud of me? I'm proud of you. That second game that we did end up winning, we got down early, and I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? In the first game of any season, everyone's kind of nervous. And after the first half, I put on a full court press, a little 1-2-2, and slowly but surely, the game started to get in our favor, and at the end, my boy hit a game winner, and we all got to go home happy. I think with my third grade team, I've been really spoiled in having kids that know how to play basketball on my team. And this year we have a bunch of new faces and kids that really need coached. And I think it's definitely on me. I was getting really frustrated, but it's on me to be able to tell them what to do and show them what to do and hope that they can find some sort of love for the game, because like we said in the beginning of the video, if you want to play basketball for a long time, you have to really love it. But right now, I'm going to love this Taco Bell. Let me show you what I got. I've been getting this Cantina chicken bowl. It's like a Chipotle bowl, but just the great value version. Then I got a deluxe box with a cheesy gordita crunch, but there's chicken in it, not beef, and a beefy 5-layer burrito. It's mine, not yours. Cheesy Fiesta potatoes. So I'm gonna enjoy this and enjoy the rest of my night, and I'll see you when I see you. So it's the end of March, and that means it's the end of March Madness, and my pick to win the national championship, the Boise State Broncos, unfortunately didn't do very well. I don't know how much longer I can be a fan. My boy Max Rice is leaving and Cade Rice entered the transfer portal. As long as Coach Rice is there, I'm rocking with them. I might be a free agent though. So if you want me to cheer for your college team, comment down below. Right now I'm headed to the gym. I have a game at noon with my 6th and 7th graders, the Cowboys, who you guys saw earlier. So highlights in 3, 2, 1.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, then mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping, ain't listening, shooting zero off. I had the Will Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons.
That game kind of sucked, man. We were up all game. We brought the press to them. Like I said in the last game, we were a little timid. We put on a press and we got the job done. This time we started out in the press, and over the course of the game, my boys just got tired. That's really what I think what happened. And they started pressing us, and we just beat ourselves. One thing that's hard to coach in basketball and in life especially is effort. You can't really coach effort. You can yell, you can get all rah, 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 but if you're not going to go out there and try your hardest, you're probably not going to get the results you want. And we learned that lesson today. When I was a kid playing basketball, I would watch highlights of players and then go out and try to play like them. And in my head, I thought I was D. Wade. I thought I was Kobe. I thought I was LeBron. I wish when I was playing back then that I was able to watch film and see how I actually played basketball. I think I would have gotten a lot better. Because sometimes our egos hold us back. We put on our game face. We think we are the man, but we're really not even doing everything we can out there. Like I said, if you're a leader of anything, if you're not leading by example and doing the most you can everybody under you is also taking shortcuts, and they're not going to give their full effort if they don't see the best person giving their full effort. And I saw that today. One of my better players on my team wasn't selling out on defense, wasn't getting to the extra balls, the 50-50 balls, wasn't boxing out. He's small. He's a smaller kid, so he's not going to get a lot of rebounds, but you can get other players out by boxing them out so your team can come in and get rebounds. And I think, especially with this 6th, 7th team, we have a lot of individuals, and it's hard to get kids who don't know each other to play together. It's not a high school, it's not a club, it's a session. It's 8 to 10 weeks of playing basketball together. It's not that long. So I'm asking these kids to learn each other and learn the game at the same time on the fly, as well as play as fast as they can. I'm kind of asking a lot, but I'm not coaching effort. Next practice, everyone's running. I think with humans and my generation and the generations below me, everyone wants to look like they're doing everything effortlessly. But you have to really, really, really try at something to get good at it, to be able to look effortless. And then at that point, it's like you're trying to look like you're not working hard when you could just work hard. It's more work to act like you're not working hard. Just work hard. I don't really know if any of that made sense. I'm just kind of discombobulated. I'm not used to losing. Actually, I take a lot of L's in life. Don't let me fool you guys. I take a lot of L's. But taking L's on the basketball court, not my favorite thing. Even though I didn't play, I feel like I had some part in it. I'm kind of just purging all of my thoughts on this drive home. So I'll see you when I see you.
The pressure of the playoffs and the intensity of the games, if you don't absolutely love it, it will eat you up.
Like I said earlier, both teams I coached last session both lost in the playoffs. The intensity, the adversity, it all just ended up being too much. Anytime something you love challenges you, God decides to really test your love for it. I ended my basketball career with a broken wrist on my birthday.
And Reitman pushing up and one. And Reitman still down on the court. He took an awkward landing there. May have hit the tailbone incorrectly. Then again, is there really a way to land correctly?
My second major injury that needed surgery within the last 18 months of my career. So I decided it was just too much. The love I have for the game of basketball doesn't equal out the amount of depression and sadness I feel when I get injured and I can't go about my daily life the way I want to. And you see these tests that God gives us, not just in sports, but in life in general. In friendships, for example, say you eat a piece of your friend's food that you work with and they blow up and cause a huge scene and you don't end up getting scheduled for weeks. That love you thought they had for you wasn't as strong as you thought. One small thing blows up into something way bigger than it should have been. And that's God's way of showing you there's underlying resentment from other people in your life, probably for no reason. Or in relationships, you meet someone you really like, you start spending all these moments with them, and they tell you they're moving. You know that when they move, they're probably going to end up seeing other people, doing other things, living their life. So you tell them, hey, I don't want a long distance relationship. But that person, when they leave, continues to come back to you for emotional support, calls you all the time, 24/7, until it's just too much and you have to cut communication with them. And after a few weeks, they ultimately start doing all the things they said they wouldn't do. Going out to the clubs, partying, drinking. Oh, I won't date other people. Ends up dating other people. And that's God's way of showing you narcissism, mind games, projections. Because when you're someone who's genuine and wants to support and see people better themselves, when you see a person who is genuine, that genuine person can't handle it. Now, these could be totally hypothetical, or these could be things actually going on in my life right now. That's for you to decide. But as corny as it sounds, pressure makes diamonds. I'm not the type of partner or the type of friend that'll let people ruin good things coming into their lives, but I'm also not the person who's gonna let you walk all over me. I'm the type of person, when I see someone messing up, I would put myself in their shoes and think about what I would do in order to better that situation for me. But everyone's different. Maybe that's too much for some people, and that's okay to me. If you say you want to heal yourself, or you say you want to better yourself, but you won't take any criticism or have an open mind about things, you don't really love the game. You don't really love putting that work in. Now, really, who am I to comment on anybody's life? I said earlier, anyone who comments on things that they see is no better than an online troll. I'm someone who studies the game, not just the game of basketball, but the game of life. And sometimes we all just need a little outside perspective. Like when I said I wish I could have seen myself play basketball when I first started, because I always thought I was Kobe in my head. Lots of people live in their fantasy worlds because reality kind of sucks. But when you do that, you don't see how you're truly playing the game. And if you see how you're truly playing the game, you can make the game better. In this case, the game is reality. I'm probably the worst culprit of living in their own fantasy land. I have this vlog, I have the music, but I edit all my videos. I mix all my vocals. I am painfully aware of all of my shortcomings and how I come across to people. But at this time in my life right now, my Ben Simmons year, even though he sits around and gets paid in the NBA, I'm not in a place to sit around and think about everything 24/7. I'm in a doing phase. I need to do things. A person who starts a lot of fires is a person who can put out a lot of fires as well. After all the dead sagebrush burns away, new plants grow, greener grass lines the trail. I'm okay with being misunderstood by people or people thinking I'm being mean to them when I'm just really trying to help them become the best version of themselves and reach their highest potential. Because that if word that Doc Rivers was talking about, that if word is just potential. I've had potential my whole life. You have potential. Everyone has potential. If you have time left on this earth, you have potential. But at some point, you gotta step up and be the man. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment your favorite part of the video down below. Follow me on all social media platforms at MSM The Man. That's MSMTHAMAN. And I'll see you when I see you.
Got a stick in it, I got in with it, thin mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping. They ain't listening, shoot his ear off. I had to Will Smith and still wiggling with that deuce spot, nigga, that Ben Simmons. On God, it cost a sick horse hard, I'm getting 10 tickets. We thought that thing is sporting slide, that ass bitch is skipping. The last nigga missing, we sagged with extensions. The bag full of Benjamins, we passed and we split it. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, thin mint smoking, perk popping, quality.
Then again, is there really a way to land correctly?
Smith, I'm still wiggling with that deuce 5 on me, that Ben Simmons. Got a stick in it, I got in with it, thin mint smoking, perk popping, quality sipping.
Took down Yakima Valley by a final score of 76-75, and Reitman contested 3, no good, but there's a foul. 85% free throw shooter, has knocked down both of them so far in this set of 3. Third shot is up, and it's good as well.